Alright, YouTube. It's the third take of this video. I know nobody asked, but yeah, I'm doing okay. First things first, my summer goals, which I'm now going to show you with deftness and agility. There. Basically, I marked up what I didn't do, and there's a lot more of what I didn't do than what I did do. Drawing didn't really do much. Writing did a little bit, but it was all in one sitting. YouTube didn't really do all the videos, or really any of the videos I wanted to do. I did finish some college writing for essays and stuff. I did not finish my driver's ed. I still can't drive. I'm 17 and almost a half. I'll be in a half in July, so I'm really 17 and or in January. I'm really 17 and a quarter. I did apparently I did a good job at evading the numbness. So that's good. You know, always gotta evade the pervasive of escapism. Music, yeah, basically all things creative and artistic. I just didn't really accomplish, which sucks because that's like what gives me joy, and so you can imagine that it's been quite joyless. End of sentence. It's November, so it's been like 2 or 3 months of school. September, October, November. Yeah, 3 months of school ish. Not looking too good. My schedule is weird because of schedule weirdness of me taking like college classes at the same time as high school classes. I've ended up with a B in organic chemistry A. It doesn't seem to be fixable because the class is 1,000 points and I've already lost 100 just by being absent or by like major skill issue. So it's a combination of just like, yeah, some of it was skill issue, but I totally could have made up for it because I've gotten A's on all the exams. Whatever. I'm kind of disappointed in that because it feels like if I tried harder and I was more serious about it, I probably would have done better. It's just true. And acknowledging that on my own doesn't really hurt too much. That's not true. It's quite disappointing, actually. The other day, my dad was like shouting at me for not being serious. Not like it wasn't related to grades or anything. It was about college and just like how I spend my time. And he's like, "You should really be more serious about like what you're doing, because you're really just. It seems like you don't spend a lot of time doing things you don't want to do when you really should be." And I kind of disagree with that because there are things I want to do. Including actually schoolwork. Like I know in my heart that I actually do want to do the work that I have to do, because it's a purely kind of just for the work. Like I actually enjoy using the brain and taking care of hard homework, but obviously with distractions and exhaustion, it's really hard to accomplish anything and to exert oneself. So I guess over the past like God knows how long, I've kind of just I've kind of been having to relearn how to exert myself, and like put myself in uncomfortable spaces, because that's really what I suck at now. It's just like I'm super reluctant to actually trying, and by like trying I mean like I don't want to do this right now, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get it done, so that I can do something later, or not. I mean, maybe even not that, just for the sake of it. I'm really bad at that. Socializing has been okay. I guess I made a few new friends, but they're not really friends. They're just people I see in school and like have the confidence to talk to. I guess I'm more confident at talking to people. I remember in ninth and 10th grade, I was pretty before 10th grade, everything, or before 11th, everything before ninth and 10th and earlier, just was not the most confident person, but that changed now. It took a while, but I now have confidence that I'm funny and witty in some ways, and also just I have my talents, and yeah. um, this one's really insignificant compared to a lot of other things, but I think I've had like I think I've passed up like at least four potential like new friends that also could have been more than just friends in the duration of the school year, purely on the basis of like, sometimes it's just like, I don't want to talk to anybody, and other times it's just kind of like, well, I kind of know that I'm just doing this for the sake of that, and I'm just a really busy person, so like even if we were friends, we could not hang out, which is true because I don't really hang out with anybody ever, because I never really have the time to. Like weekends or weekdays, I'm just like I'm physically in school for like all the time, and then weekends, the last thing I want to do is hang out with people, dude. I just want to rest and catch up basically, because I spend a lot of the weekdays being distracted and playing video games and doing whatever else I will be doing, and somehow with that amount of inefficiency and exhaustion by the weekend, I really just have to catch up. So yeah, every weekend for a while now I've just kind of been like getting yelled at for something. Kind of sucks because that's like the only time I really see my family or like interact with them like closely, and I'm not like so exhausted that I don't care. Except on Saturdays I'm really quite tired, and it's like I wake up to like that, and I'm just like that in tandem with the last 17 years of whatever I've been getting through, just does not. It doesn't fit at all. Incompatible. I've been concocting. Okay, hold on. Backtrack. I'm really close friends with the stats teacher at my school, or one of the stats teachers at my school, and he likes to travel a lot. He backpacks across the United States, and he travels by foot through a lot of like European countries. He likes to travel between hostels. He was telling me about that, or like sometimes it's more like planned stuff. He'll plan hikes or like certain events that he wants to go to, and he'll do that. Or sometimes he just sits down at a like a cafe somewhere in Madrid and just kind of watches the life pass by, and that's cool too. So I've been doing the equivalent of that on the internet. I've called this activity internet scraping, where I just kind of just consume media, specifically like video diaries on YouTube. So far, that's what it's been, and also just traveling on Google Earth, because my my friend and I were on a call, and we blazed through Chile and Syria on Google Earth, and that was a fun thing to do. But I have a playlist on YouTube now called Internet Scraping, and I basically just selected the best of the best video diaries, which I will now show to you and yap about, because that's kind of what the joy of these are. And I have it from a previous take of this video. We have, going down the list, visceral video, just sobbing about over his mom's grave. This is one of the most well articulated videos ever, just describing some really like hard to describe emotions and like isolation, socialization, a lot of like irritability. A lot of those like feelings and experiences are really well described here, surprisingly. Classic video, sad but funny, not really that sad. Just very personal, I guess. So it's inherently a little bit sad for those who are full of pity. I was told once that pity is not one of the virtues, so make of that what you will. Okay, this one's actually a little bit sad, but he takes it like such a champ. Same with this girl here, and honestly, all of these people are such champions of their lives. This one's more lighthearted, but this person seems to have been through a lot and thinks too hard about many things. Stressful. Just a fun video of like the city and whatnot, skating, visceral, tragic. This one's like maybe a little bit makes you just kind of want to cry, like, so like, because not like out of pity, but just because like she's describing an experience which, like, whether or not you relate to it, you just have to feel sad. This one's a really cool. I'm gonna put the camera up for that. that channel and Modern does a lot of content that's kind of like, um, just like splices, like cuts, very short clips and switches and whatnot of the city, LA. I think they're based in LA, so I'm assuming that's what the city is. And it there doesn't seem to be any story or message ever, but I guess by focusing on the visuals, like what's happening and what are you hearing through this digital camera, you kind of pick apart the idea of life, like human life, like the city, like oppression, poverty, work, like capitalism, um, fun, like socialization, style, so much style. Gosh, there's so much style. Um, all these like ideas of city life kind of get compounded into those visuals or videos just visually, and that's just the like one of my favorite ones. It's the first one I ever watched, obviously, so it's I have bias there, but I do think it's also one of the most profound ones, and also just easy to get through. This guy is such a G. This is like the beginning of like this is the birth of one of the most productive humans on the face of YouTube. Productive is not the right word. I think it's more like in touch with himself. This dude's just a jit. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna stop saying that. Another sad one. I should stop calling them sad, because they are sad, but I guess it's just I don't want to say awakening, but eye-opening. Yeah, eye-opening to a world that often we can relate to, but don't really think about. Nice video of piano and hiking. What it sounds like. What it sounds like. Cool music video. That's that. I have some video ideas for the future, one of which is a tour of my room, and the other which is cable management as a metaphor for permanence and structure. I have art plans. I want to make a song by the end of the week that I'm proud of. That last bit of being proud of the song is really the hard part, because if I wanted to just make a song, I would write a jazz tune, like a traditional full 2-5-1s, easy peasy, and it would be so nice to listen to, but not a profound addition to my discography. I'm going to finish my college apps tomorrow, and I'm going to obviously catch up and remain on all my schoolwork. So those are the 5 things I'm doing this break. Oh, also 6, I'm making a collage. I moved my camera to this side. I'm going to move it back to this side. I'm making a collage of some sort, and it's like, it's gonna be dope, but it forces me to sit in that corner of my room, and I set up stereo speakers, like on the floor, and I set up stereo speakers also on the floor, to work with an aux cable, and they're nice speakers, so it's both an opportunity to kind of separate myself from the internet and be in touch with physical art, and it's also a good time for me to listen to new music without headphones or the mess of cables, just sound in the air. I like that. It's different. So that's 6. Yeah. Oh yeah, right now it's Thanksgiving break, if that was not clear. One thing that's kind of been disturbing me lately is the immense irritability I've had with my family. It's like the mornings and after school, I'm just like really quite done with them. Even though like oftentimes there's a reason. Like especially with my dad, it's like, okay, so don't tell me what to do, or don't critique me, or they don't outright just call me, I guess like insult me to my face. Although they're not really insults, they're not meant to be insults, but they can get insulting and feel very misunderstanding. But I know they're probably not intended to just make me feel bad, although it kind of seems like what it is. But other times it's also just like my sister will be like, hey, can you do this? I'm just like, so you want me to die? Like, no. I hate how young I look. Like, or, well, that shouldn't be something I hate. I'm looking at camera, and I'm just like, I look like a baby. Which is probably just like civilization, not civilization, social norms kind of shaping my perception of self in a negative way. I think like I think that's pretty normal for my generation, but still. Yeah, so that's been a problem because I don't really want to become a spiteful or irritable person, but that's kind of what it's been, just out of pure exhaustion. And I mean, obviously, it's not an excuse. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I'm only bad on bad days. Like, you should really try to be good every day. Green tea. That's good. Well, discipline. On the subject of discipline, I've not been very disciplined. I think I might have said this already, but I've really been struggling to work hard or put myself in uncomfortable positions, such as doing things on time or making music when I know that I've had a lot of failure with it in the past like 7 months ish. Yeah. So I don't know. I do get better. I'm trying to get better at not getting distracted. Like when I've sat down to do something, I'm going to do it. But now the problem is getting to that point. Like, can I sit down and do something? Socialization, friends. I made my closest friend is that stats teacher. I've made friends with some other people, but we don't really talk that much. Exception of August Barrios, who's an absolute G, and we play Arma together. Arma 3, which is I would call it a war sim game, or something like that. Just a really realistic shooter game. Like 2 people rolling in on a recon operation, and there are soldiers in the grass, and you won't see them until they shoot at you, and even then you might not see them. So, horrifying, but fun. I have these arm warmers that I don't usually put this on because I don't really like how that looks all the time. Bye, YouTube.